What about Lugia, man? We haven't seen Lugia in quite some time. Is that one completely done? Is Lugia toast? Yeah, so there were 9 Lugia in day 2. Highest placing one was 43rd.
Okay, so that's not terrible. Better than Raging Bolt. Was not there,
It
right?
was not there for day 1 or day 2.
Um, well, I do think the Lugia's problems were Pikachu EX and Miraidon. But Cloth does pretty well into both of those decks. I don't think Cloth has a good Lost Zone matchup, actually. But you do have a good Miraidon matchup. And it maybe is a little scary to play Miraidon right now, which was going to be like one of Lugia's biggest problems. Lugia actually might be okay right now, to be honest. I don't know how his Cloth Terrapagos matchup goes, but I'm just going to imagine it's favored. It might actually not be. But dealing with like Lugia after Lugia sounds pretty tough, especially if they're bumping your stadium.
Yeah.
Um, so that sounds like it could be kind of tough. So I don't know. Lugia would maybe be okay. Right? Actually, not wanting KO and Terrapagos though. Maybe it's just a bad matchup to be honest. But yeah, I think Lugia is not. It maybe needs to wait. Um, actually, no. Maybe you don't need to wait. Maybe the time is now for Lugia. Actually, the time for Lugia might be right now, as long as the Terrapagos Cloth matchup is fine.
Looking at the last couple tournaments, it's definitely been like I mean, Sacramento was I would say Drago was like kind of dominant through the tournament, but Miraidon ends up coming out on top, right? Being the big overarching deck, and then Stuttgart. Drago still does pretty well, but then this Cloth deck is probably the one that you could say dominated the tournament with so many strong finishes. But then, of course, Charizard does come out on top. What deck is poised to make that type of impact? Set up to be the dominant deck in a tournament.
I was the deck that was kind of on my mind, and maybe not for this weekend, but maybe for Toronto would maybe be Lost Box. But like I kind of just mentioned, like
Dude,
Drago
you are
doesn't
trying
feel.
so hard to make Lost Box happen.
Honestly, it could be Lugia. Lugia might be the deck to rise up and have like a super strong performance. Kind of, it would feel like it's out of nowhere, but like we just kind of went through. As long as your Cloth Terrapagos matchup is good, which it definitely seems good, so I would say Lugia is like kind of the deck that might be poised to actually have like a really deep run over these next couple weeks.
All right, hold up. Lugia's time. It's coming back around. Well, let's make some predictions for the tournaments this coming weekend. Of course, there's 2 Bogota in Colombia, and then Perth over in Australia. So 2 different tournaments happening in 2 different regions, but how many out of region players will make cut? It's been kind of an interesting thing to follow so far this season.
So I'm gonna go with a pretty high number here. I'm gonna go with. Is there gonna be that many players traveling to these? I'm gonna go six. I'm gonna go 6
6.
non-region
What's
players
the
making
breakdown
cut.
between each of the tournaments?
I don't know. That's a tough one. Probably 4 and.
4 in Perth, 2 in Bogota?
Yeah, 4 and 2, 4 in Perth. There'll be
Wow, no respect on the
3
Australians, bro.
Japanese players in cut. I don't even know how many are going. There's probably gonna be some. I'm gonna go 3 Japanese players in cut over
Yeah.
at Perth.
I'm gonna be less confident than you. I'm gonna go with 5,
That's still a
but
lot
it
though.
is still a lot. It is still a lot. But I mean, because it's top cut, it's not top 8. So I mean, I'm assuming that it's gonna
True.
be like 11, 12 at least one of the 2 tournaments. All right. Golden Go has been on quite a run these last few tournaments. What is it? 4 tournaments now in a row that it's made top cut.
Yeah, 4 in a row.
4
Squeak it
majors
in
in a
there.
row.
And 2 of them in
Uh,
this last one.
so I mean, what do you think? Is Golden Go going to keep up the run? What do you does Golden Go continue its streak of top cut appearances?
I think it'll definitely top cut at least one of them. I'm gonna go with just one though. I don't think it'll top cut. Actually, you know what? No, it's gonna top cut both. I'm gonna lock in double top cut. At least one in each tournament.
And just to do some fact checking here on my claim, it's been 3 tournaments in a row. This would be a 4th tournament in a row. I'm going to go with one of the 2.
Okay.
I think it falls short in Bogota. Falls short in Bogota. All right, and then another streak that's been alive for quite a few tournaments now is mirror matches in the finals. We
Yeah,
just
we
had the
had
Charizard mirror match. We had the Miraidon mirror match at LAIC. We had the Reggie Drago mirror match. Are we going to continue to see mirror matches in the finals? Azul, another 4
Oh, we do have 2 finals. I think it'll be a Drago mirror in Perth, and then it will not be a mirror in Bogota.
I'm gonna say no mirror in either finals.
Okay. I'll say 1 mirror and extended prediction, Drago at Perth.